Hey there, everybody, and welcome to the 2021 and first ever Wyoming State Championship. This was done at a brand new course in Pine, at least Pine Bluffs.
Yeah, the second round will be on the brand new course. This one will be the Canyon course. So this one's a fairly well broken in course. It's been used quite a bit since it got put in. But
we've got Justin Cournoyer on this card out of Rapid City, South Dakota. He's done very well this year on a lot of these late season tournaments and really turning it on.
Here we have Mac Lugo out of Casper, Wyoming. He's putting on a pretty good show this year as well, if I remember right.
Coming out swinging hard for sure. We got Tyler Liebman out of Fort Collins. A lot of us around here know and sometimes fear Tyler Liebman.
Right. Never underestimate Tyler, that's for sure.
And we got Shad Green out of Gillette, Wyoming. I really enjoy seeing some Wyoming players on this Wyoming State Championship card.
Yeah, I got to film Shad Green at one of the Shoot the Breezes quite a few years ago, and it was really nice to see him back here for another one of our tournaments. So here we have hole 1, and it's basically just an elevated tee box. Throw as big of a hyzer as you can and try and crash the trees right by the basket.
That looks pretty good.
Yep, that's pretty much what you're looking for.
And the ruling this year was that the road itself was safe.
Yeah, there was a line on the other side of the road.
There's another fairway on the other side.
Right. That's where the other course, the new course, comes in.
Mac going a little wider. That's actually a better line to get at the basket. It's just a much scarier line.
They're all tending to kind of miss to the left, though, still, even with a little bit of padding on the right.
A look is priceless in Pine Bluffs.
Yeah, there's so many trees up by that basket that it's tough to have a look, period.
Lifted and Tyler didn't like it, but that turned out pretty good.
Yeah, I think all three of them so far are right there in that same area. That one's a little tighter. It needs to flip up a little.
It's not fading too hard. If it goes a little bit farther left, that downhill slope can really get you.
Yeah.
It did give him some awkward footing, though.
Yes, it did. Oh,
just trying to hyzer around that tree.
See, and that can be a really tough putt. That tree hangs really low, so even there he might not have a very good look.
And Justin went a little bit too deep to have a clean look at the basket. And even Tyler's going to have to hyzer in on this.
Yep. Looks like that was Mac right in front of Tyler, and looks like he'll have a similar situation. If they were a little shorter, you're right, that would have given him a pretty clean look. Pretty common to see a
3 is acceptable on this hole. Shad does have some branches to work with, but he just pushes right through them into the chains.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all going to end up cleaning up their pars here. It's a really good score for that hole.
Yeah, nobody getting a bogey, that's pretty good.
Above par.
Yeah, usually there's at least one bogey on that hole. It's real easy to leave yourself blocked.
And that you'll see that a lot with Pine Bluffs. There's a lot of holes where if you hit your line and you land in the right landing zones, you're going to have a nice look at the basket. But if you miss, it's a scramble.
Even immediately missing just a little bit, and you can be in a lot of trouble. So here's hole 2. It's another one that's just a hyzer, but you really need to hug that tree line close,
so much
or you're
tighter than it seems.
Yeah, and it's a shorter throw than it seems too. The 354 seems kind of questionable to me on the distance, but
Justin will be able to see the basket from there, but it's going to be a really
he basically
hard
landed
run.
at my feet back there in the background. See,
Mac also going a little bit wider than you want to go.
yeah, he's got a really scary putt there. Most of the time, that's a layup.
Yeah, because behind that basket is basically a cliff with trees. So not
Right.
only are you downhill coming back up at this basket, but there's obstacles in the way. That's actually a really good spot to land.
It can be. Those trees that are right behind the basket over there can really get in your way when you're long like that, though.
But short brings in that bush.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He was listening for it, but a little bit deep on that. A little bit deeper than Tyler's even, so... And that's a smart play.
That's a really solid upshot.
Yeah.
Looks like he's got a nice little window to work with here.
Oh. Yeah, that's going to be a tough putt to save par for sure.
And on a 350-foot hole, it's something you feel like you need to have a 3 on this. And it's an open hyzer as well. It's a very simple hole, but it's also really easy to... ooh, that looks like it might have gone downhill.
It doesn't take much, and it could be way down that hill.
Yeah, he says.
And he said, save. Just so you know, it'll be on every putt. And he wasn't kidding. But yeah, that was a great save. This is another one that, as easy as this hole should be, it can rack those numbers up real quick if you get a rollaway or something, because it can be hard to get back up from down that hill. So everybody's still at even. That's really not a bad place to be.
No, Pine is about damage control and taking those birdies when you can actually set up for them.
Right.
You hit your line, you get that birdie opportunity, go for it. But other than that, it's just damage control the whole time.
There's lots of opportunities out there, but you don't want to push for them, or it turns into a real big number real fast. So here's hole 3. It's basically a big sidearm shot, or a big anhyzer works pretty well. But it's way uphill and a hard left to right turn over a bunch of trees.
A thumber can also work if you've got it. That's a huck for a thumber.
It is. That uphill makes it play quite a bit longer.
And that turned pretty good for him.
Yeah, that still leaves him circle's edge, I'd guess, but that was a really nice shot.
That was a good shot as well. An open putt on this basket is...
Yeah, this is one that you almost want it to go past the basket and kind of boomerang back to it a little bit.
Kind of like that, just...
Yeah, everybody's in pretty good position. Tough birdie looks. Everybody's well outside the circle, I believe. Well, Mac's not well outside, but he's at least at circle's edge.
That was a good bid. About 60 feet or so? Probably more than that.
Here's Shad lining up. He's actually lining up a throw. He wanted to make sure he gave it a run.
Yes, he did. And he doesn't seem like he went back too far into those bushes.
Oh, just a little bit too much to the right.
He hated that out of his hand, though.
Yeah.
And that wind is whipping significantly. Like you can hear it, you can feel it. It's moving the branches. It's playing with the discs.
I think that one scared him a little. Kind of flirted with that left side of the cage. Yeah, everybody should pretty much be able to clean up their threes from here.
Yeah, no, the worst thing you can do there is just go a little deep and run back into those branches, but they all look like they're in the open, and that'll be easy pars.
Yeah.
Yeah, they seem relatively unenthused about their even scores.
Yeah, well, these holes are definitely birdie opportunities, but you have to be in the right spot, and it's tough to get to that right spot. Hole 4 here is a good example. It's actually a pretty short hole, but it's not an easy
just
line.
Tight off the box.
It is. It's tight off the box, and it's hard to get enough hyzer without being too much hyzer. Oh, and just a little bit of that branch.
And that left side is so blocked.
Yeah. And like you said, this tee box is really tight.
Ooh.
I like throwing from the back of it because it gives me a little more room to get up over that low-hanging branch right there and throw in between them.
That looks great.
Just like that. But Tyler just used his height instead of moving back.
See, sometimes I can almost get underneath that because I'm relatively short. These guys all have some height to work with, and that looks great. Oh man,
just
they're all
a little
just
too wide.
bit of branch and stopping what would be great shots.
So now the scramble starts. Most of them having to scramble a bit.
Stop. That
that
was
could
great.
have rolled a lot further than that. That was really good.
Yeah, rollaways are
tomahawk
prevalent
there.
on this basket, and that landing on the top side like that with that thumber or tomahawk.
Yeah, that could get you in trouble real quick.
But it can also prevent that roll.
The roll, yeah, but sometimes it can just slide away on that. Those hills are that steep.
And Tyler's got a chance for a 2. No.
Oh, and just a little bit to the right.
More 3s for everyone.
Yeah, everybody will clean up their 3s again.
Justin's all confused. He thought that was in.
He's all, wait, what?
Even Mac just now all, what?
Yeah, that is unfortunate, but that's the way of the game, and it's still early, so it doesn't no harm done. Everybody's still at even.
Still, after 4 holes.
Yeah.
Now
Going
for the first
into
of the canyon
a fairly
holes.
treacherous hole, actually, if you're not careful.
It's really simple. Just punch a straight shot across a canyon from one side to the other.
And not even a real long shot, 255,
and
which
the
I think
sidearm
might
is
be a
actually
little
really
bit of an
smart play 'cause
over-exaggeration.
It bites into the canyon instead of fading down into just the abyss.
Yeah. I like to refer to this hole as don't go left.
That's a bit too tight, though. That's not bad.
No, that tree will be in his way a little bit. He'll have to kind of put it under the branches, but he's in pretty good shape.
Mac has a killer sidearm that has the same problem, I think.
Yeah, a little further, so
he's more straight at the basket, which is going to be nice.
Tyler throwing another sidearm. Really is the right choice if you have it.
Yep, they're just fighting closer and closer to the basket.
Yeah, each one is just learning from the rest. I believe this was a whippet. I haven't seen these around very much. And it's a good disc for this hole.
They just continue to go closer and closer. Ooh. That was closer than I thought it was.
Really close. That one was really close. Yeah, that was one that definitely deserved it.
No.
Oh. That branch wasn't even as in his way as I thought it would be.
It actually, Mac's the one that has to deal with it.
Yeah, he's having to really lean under it there. That was a good
birdie.
Yeah, good
First
birdie.
on the card. That was a good putt from Justin, though. It was, rather high than low for sure.
Yeah, he definitely didn't want to leave that one low. And sometimes that's what happens when you're thinking about one and missed the other way. Now they're trying to figure out where to go.
Where to go from here.
It can be kind of tough to know
The arrows in
on
the
these
baskets
courses.
do help.
They do. There are arrows in the cage.
There was good signage during the tournament as well.
Yeah.
Troy did a really good job going out there and making sure there was signage on both of these courses. And,
yeah, and that was a big help.
It's a mountain course.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can get turned around and a little bit lost, but he did what he could.
Yeah. And now we're getting to the longest hole on the course.
And these guys are probably going to take a similar play to what I do here, and that's just hyzering down this road here.
Well, the basket was more up to that side, so it was the play to go for on this.
With this placement, the pin
placement? Yeah, this was a different pin placement than we usually see on this hole.
Looks like a similar landing zone.
Yeah, none of them were trying to bite off too much off of the tee. They wanted to play more for placement on this tee shot, I believe. You have room to kind of unleash on the second shot more.
Ooh, that's going to end up pinching him off a little bit more left than he's going to want
to
be. Ooh, and into the tree.
Yeah, that's where you don't want to be.
He's going to have some choices to make. Ooh,
see, I like that width on it because the OB line has been moved. It's all the way over. He's still got plenty of room, and now he's wide open to just let it rip on that second throw. If the road itself was out of bounds, that obviously wouldn't work.
But it looks like he got in that tree right there.
Yeah, he kind of pinched himself off for the third one.
It's easy to do because you cannot see this second clump of trees back here
right.
from that throwing point, and you think you have this perfect shot, and you walk up and you're like, oh, there's more trees.
Right. Tyler just unleashing.
Gets around all of it. Oh, that is still a great shot. Might have a little.
At least that guy wasn't in the middle of his putt. He was just setting up for it a little. And yeah, Shad, all he could do was pitch out to the side from where he was.
That's a bit wide. That OB does start to
it
starts to pinch in considerably there at the end. And the road fades out to the right, but the OB doesn't. That got me.
Yeah, I could see that.
That looks good. That's as tight as you want it to be toward the basket. A little deep.
Yeah, a little too much on that one.
And Justin didn't get deep enough to have that tree be a real issue. Ooh, that looks wide though.
And deep as well.
That's
Dang.
fine though, because he's not OB there.
Actually, okay. I think he got on the wrong side of that tree though. Shad playing fifth already because of that out of bounds and having to pitch out to the side. But he'll have a par for a bogey, so yeah. He might be able to save the bogey, though, so that'd be a plus.
Here's Ty for an eagle. It should be a relatively easy birdie for him.
Yeah, see, Justin got himself on the wrong side of this tree.
And that didn't work out great either.
No, but it definitely could have been worse. There was a lot of tree there. He could still be in it.
I'll end up taking the double on this one.
Yeah.
With that OB, that look at you.
Yeah, got.
Well, he had to pitch out.
Yeah, he was blocked in that tree after the drive.
Ooh. I saw that grip onto his finger.
Yeah. See if Mac can score the birdie here.
Oh.
All right. Time to stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
There's been enough red on this hole. There we go. Now Tyler will get to tap out his birdie.
Tyler dissected this hole. That was great.
Yeah.
That second throw.
Too bad he ended up in that tree, because I would have liked to have seen an eagle on this one.
I'm not sure if there was any over the...
I didn't hear of any.
Looking around for the next tee pad.
So now we got Justin and Shad tied at 1 over. Tyler at 2 down and Mac at 1 down. So we're starting to see some movement out there. It's not just pars going along now.
Oh, I love when hole 7 is in this position across.
Yeah, I wish we'd had it here more often. This is a fun one. Just a wide open, just let it rip, throw across the valley here. And that Tyler did amazing. Let it rip.
Oh man, that looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Circle's edge for an eagle.
I don't even think it's quite that. I'd give him maybe 25 to 30.
And it's pin high.
Yeah, it might have been circle's edge, but it's pin high. It actually kind of kicked back to it too.
I've taken more of a hyzer approach at it, and cuts out a little short by those trees, but he's open.
He's circle 2, maybe a little outside of, maybe around 80 probably actually.
That needs to flip up.
And it does.
Yes, it does.
And just goes and goes.
Is that deep?
And that's would have been deeper.
That's smashed.
Yeah.
I don't know their bags either. I'm not sure what they're throwing on these.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot
Tyler
of it either.
And Justin are latitude 64.
Yes.
I know Mac throws a mixed bag, but I know he throws a lot of
Shad also plays a mixed bag. I know he was throwing a buzz for his mid ranges a lot, and he was throwing that whip it quite a bit.
That was a good up. Way to bounce back after that last hole.
Yeah. That's probably a smart play.
That was a smart play. Wow. He almost got punished for it, and then it was like, nah, we'll let you have it.
Tyler putting for a 2. So yeah, it might be...
Oh, no!
So it looks like it might be right around at circle's edge, but it's hard to tell. I think they'll all get the birdie here, though.
Yeah, and a couple of them would have had a really good look at it. They were really close. They were just kind of pinched off into some branches.
Yeah.
Everyone had some decent drives on that.
For sure. That was fun to watch.
Yeah, no more red.
That's what we'd like to see, is no more red, but definitely moving in the right direction now. Everybody's at even or under. Tyler's sitting pretty nice at 3 down.
I think that's a turkey for Tyler.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, he's turned it on and he's starting to roll.
Here's hole 8. This can be a tricky one.
It's 360. I feel like it plays a little bit longer than that for some reason.
Well, I think part of it's because you have to go wide. Otherwise, you feel like you're going to hit that rock that's right off the tee there.
And you got to cut just short of that big bushy tree.
Yeah.
And that rock definitely gets in your head.
Yeah.
That looks great. Ooh.
Yeah, a little short, but not too bad.
Hopefully not too blocked.
Right.
Ooh. Get through it.
Over that tree, so you know that's a bit deep.
But I'm just hoping he got through it and past it.
Right. I think he was over it. Over the top of it. And then Shad hits the rock right by the basket and rolls down.
And this is a tough shot. Get it. Oh.
Yeah,
that was a great
restraint
run.
there at all on that one, but there's the backdrop. So
you have to give it that much in order to get under that branch and still make it to the basket.
Oh, that could have rolled so much further.
That's still not fun, but it could be worse.
Yeah, and everybody's getting jabbed by these weeds all day.
The yucca is
the yuccas
everywhere,
are all over,
and it's so hot you got to wear shorts.
And it was really hot that day.
Looks like the wind calmed down though.
It usually does when you're down here in the valley.
Oh.
And another
roll. Okay, that tree stopped it. Good too. And he just keeps them coming.
He saw how delicately he picked up that mini around that yucca, though. Yep. Those things sting. You have
to just be deliberate with all of the things that you do.
That's a good cleanup.
Yep.
Justin gonna run in and tap out while he's got the chance.
And this is a scary putt.
Yeah.
He seems to never really care about how scary putts are.
Maybe that's what the hya is about. It's just attack.
And Tyler's starting to pull away from the rest of the card here as Mac falls 2 back.
3 back. Because now he's at 1 down.
2 back in that one hole.
Oh, in that one hole. Yeah, 2-stroke swing on that hole. For sure. And like I said, you don't want to underestimate Tyler. You don't want to let him pull ahead of you if he gets comfortable.
Guys. If any of them can just get into their stride.
If he gets comfortable, stuff like this happens.
Oh, dude, that is beautiful.
Might have actually gone too far.
Yeah, he's pinched off for his putt for sure, but that is such a nice drive, and so is that. That is
just so clean. That
is a much tighter line than these guys are making it look like.
Yeah, you really have to hit a small opening way down the fairway to put this inside the circle like that.
And that's another freaking smash drive. Ah, the yucca.
But he's still circle's edge, maybe a little outside.
Still a really good shot.
Yeah.
Ooh, a low.
That's a little low.
Yeah, that was the right line, but...
See, and now you see we have basically this gap to get through.
That Mac was trying to hit
that
there
he was off to the right
off the tee pad.
Yeah.
And he's looking at a pretty far putt to save this.
Oh, now hopefully he's not too deep in that tree, yeah.
Oh, no. Like a half an inch low.
Yeah. Tyler, he is having to lean out, but it looks like he got that alley pretty good.
Not even a full straddle.
Yeah. Well, with him, a full straddle is a very large straddle.
Good comeback.
Yeah. Yeah, they're breaking out the umbrellas just for shade out here.
Yeah.
It was so hot out there that day.
They haven't gotten to their water stop yet either. That's up at the top of the next hole, which you guys will see at the beginning of the next next little half of the tournament here. And it's a doozy. It's a fun little little hole. So we hope to see you for that and the rest of them here at the second half. See you there, guys.